The second type of factoring we're going to learn about is called basic factoring. We know this is basic factoring because the number in front of the first variable, n squared, is an invisible 1. So this makes this basic factoring. And there's one other type of basic factoring we will talk about after this problem. The very first thing that you do for basic factoring is you know that you need to get n squared if you were to FOIL this expression. So you know that in each parenthesis you would have to have an n. Next, you're trying to find factors that'll add to the middle and multiply to the end. The reason we're doing this is because if you were to FOIL this expression out, we know that this term times this term is n squared. This times this is going to get me something n. This times this is going to get me something n, which will add together to make the middle. And this times this, these two numbers are going to get me 16. So they essentially have to multiply to the end and also add to the middle. So what I like to do is I like to make a list of factors for 16. So I know I have 8 and 2, 4 and 4, and 16 and 1. And since the addition rules can involve addition or subtraction, I look to see if any of these will add or subtract to 6. And since the only ones that'll add or subtract to 6 are 8 and 2, I put 8 and 2 right in my parentheses, and it doesn't matter the order. Now we have to decide the signs. So since we want to get a negative 16, they have to be opposites because a negative times a positive gets a negative. Now if I put it this way, I check it and I go, is 8 times negative 2 negative 16? Yeah, sure it is, but is 8 minus 2 going to get me a negative 6? I see that that does not work, so I go ahead and I erase and I do a little rewriting here. And this time I try a negative 8 and a positive 2, and I'm in better shape now because I know a negative 8n, which I'm going to get right here, a negative 8n and a positive 2n are going to add up to get me that negative 6n in the middle. And a negative 8 times a positive 2 are going to get me that negative 16 at the end. This is our first example of basic factoring. Hope that helped you out a little bit.